You know what got Sheila through that pack? It was the chanting of our Derby Groms that got Sheila through that pack.
Y'all do know who is sitting up here at the foot of the stage, do you not? These are the Santa Cruz Derby Girls Groms. And they'll be playing at halftime, won't they?
They will.
Hi. And here we go, Lulu Lockjaw, solo jammer for the start of this jam.
Mojo Vixen taking care of a little Tucson girl, keeping her down.
Number 10 from Tucson, Lulu just skips over it because of some minor back blocking. She does not get lead jammer status.
The 3 Tucson players that were surrounding Lulu were out of the engagement zone, so they could not engage her. And she hopped right past them anyway. What do we call this, guys, when there's one jammer on the track? Who wants to say it? Power jam. Thank you, Derby fans. It's a power jam.
And Lulu's out front. And she gets the jammer lap point, which gives her 5 big points for a grand slam.
Give her 5, everyone.
Minor Possession is out on that track in front of the pack. Lead jammer and calls off that jam.
I think Lulu did a lot of damage there for not being the lead jammer.
No doubt about it.
On the jammer line for Santa Cruz, show me your support, Candyland, it's Candy Hooligan!
Tucson counters with beyond control. Still one skater in the box.
Candy with a nice whip from Raleigh Barton to the outside, grabbing the on the way, on by, takes to the outside and goes to the inside, grabbing lead jammer status for Santa Cruz.
Is Candyland here tonight? Let's hear it from Candyland!
Are you kidding? Candyland is always here. Candy breaks through that back again, grabs some points and calls off that jam. That's 2 on the board for Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz starting out really strong in the first half of this bout.
They are up 14-2.
All right, Tucson sending out minor in possession.
Sheila Princess of Power out for Santa Cruz. Sheila giving minor possession some booty blocking. Little jammer on jammer play there.
And she gets a butt assist from Nathan Hades as she rockets out in front of that pack. She does not take lead jammer status because she got minor cutting the track on her way through. What is cutting the track?
Cutting the track means you have left the track and re-entered in front of another player and bettered your position. It's a minor if it's only one. It's a major if it's more than one.
Sheila getting blocked to the outside by number 10. Who is that?
Cosmonaut with a nice hit on Sheila.
Cosmonaut, and of course they get too far out of the pack to engage anymore. And Sheila gets out in front and grabs her 4 big points for Santa Cruz. It looks like the Tucson Jammer is back in the box, so Sheila's just going to do whatever she wants as this pack is stopped dead.
Santa Cruz
has...
They've trapped Blue Molly, making that group in turn 1 the pack.
And you know what Sheila just got? A grand slam!
Give her 5, ladies and gentlemen!
Out in front of that pack again for another grand slam! That's 2 in a row so far. Oh, and you know what's going to happen next?
Helen Wheels giving her a nice right hip.
And Sheila gets blocked to the outside, unfortunately too far out in front of the engagement zone, which sends set 373 to the penalty box. But Sheila did get another grand slam. That's 3 in a row so far. This is a 19-point jam.
panty pass.
The panty pass. Because that's what they wear on the head.
That's right. You take your jammer panty and you pass it to your pivot.
And why would a team do this?
If the jammer is not going to go through the pack again, if they're tired, if they've had enough, if they're behind a wall, they can pass it to the pivot who's further up in the pack and can then continue to score.
That was an awesome jam.
That was an 18-point jam.
18-point jam.
So let's take a minute to talk about the slow pack. And I would call it a stopped pack.
Yeah, that pack was stopped. Now, they were moving ever so slightly, and they have to move ever so slightly.
It is legal. It is strategically effective, as you saw. The Santa Cruz girls were holding back as many of the Tucson skaters as they could so that our jammer could speed right past them.
Now, the only time when it's not okay is if the teams are broken into their own packs. So you have all of Tucson up front, all of Santa Cruz in the back, and then that's called destroying the pack.
And then somebody has to make the effort to form the pack again.
Yes, they do.
We've got some derby going on.
We've got Lulu Lockjaw out on the track and jamming for Santa Cruz as she gets up front to the blockers from Tucson. Looks like they are way far out in front of the engagement zone, and they're going to get called on blocking out of bounds.
We've got two Tucson blockers on the track right now, horribly outnumbered by Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz doing a great job of slowing that pack down as Lulu gets out in front, gets blocked to the outside, but calls off the jam, not before grabbing 3 points for that board. Downtown Dave, this is one heck of a game so far.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Santa Cruz with a convincing lead. First 14 minutes of this game, 37 to 2 points.
Doing an incredible job on the track tonight. I'd like to thank Bell Helmets, the design and structure of the awesome helmets the Bombshells are wearing tonight.
We'd like to thank everybody that's put us up. We've had some great derby hospitality from your league.
Hey, you know what? It's our pleasure. Oh, and by the way, Candy Hooligan out in front of that pack, grabbing lead jammer status for the Bombshells. No pack, there's the pack. When the ref puts 2 arms in the air, what does that mean? Mildred.
I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I was thinking about talking.
When the refs put 2 arms in the air?
Touchdown!
Touchdown!
Touchdown. We have touchdown Santa Cruz. That is, the pack is here. Timothy, I've just been corrected. After that panty pass for Santa Cruz, Foxy Firestorm did not call off the jam. The 2-minute jam clock ran out.
Oh, really? That is interesting to know. There's just never enough time, you know what I mean?
You do lose your lead jammer status when you pass the panty, so Storm could not have called off that jam.
You know, you learn something every day. And of course, we've got Sheila, Princess of Power, jamming for Santa Cruz. Making short work of that pack, going up against Cosmonauti.
Oh, Joe Vixen with a nice hit in turn 4.
And Sheila out in front of that pack, taking lead. Jammer status for Santa Cruz.
Nate Hades and Live and Let Die are forced to slow down and stop chasing that jammer.
And Tucson Jammer, of course, also out in front of that pack.
And that's that jam.
43-2, Santa Cruz with a decisive lead. Halfway into this first half, we've got just over 14 minutes left on the clock. Santa Cruz, are you having a good time? I'm glad to hear it because we're having a great time up here, aren't we, Dave?
There's no doubt about it. I kind of figured the game would be a little closer at this point, but again, like I said, Santa Cruz executing, firing on all 8 cylinders, no doubt about it.
Lulu Lockjaw was on the line, jamming for Santa Cruz.
She's going up against Beyond Control.
Beyond Control. Cosmonauti went in for a block, but missed. Lulu out in front, but she does not get lead jammer status because of minor back blocking. Beyond Control calls off that jam.